This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Unette Gentry. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Give them a call, 727-9900. Today's news is also brought to you by Gunny's Air Conditioning and Heating. New service and repair. Call Gunny's 775-727-6800.
Welcome to News 25 here on KPVM TV and Ace Country Radio. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Unette Gentry. It is Thursday, July 7th.
Well, 2 individuals have passed away as a result of a 3-vehicle crash that occurred on U.S. Highway 95 last night. We caught up with Fire Chief Scott Lewis to get an update.
Beatty Volunteer Fire Department was dispatched for a report of a motor vehicle accident, possibly involving 3 vehicles. His size-up risk assessment revealed that there was, numerous people between a passenger vehicle, a motorhome, and then another SUV. So they did a triage. They found that most persons there were uninjured. However, the scene size-up also revealed a significant impact to the striking vehicle, which then in turn had 2 fatal occupants. He also had an uncontrolled diesel spill out of the motorhome. He requested assistance from prompt fire on additional absorbent. We responded, and once there, we met with Chief Harmon, and he requested some assistance with the recovery once NHP's fatal team completed their investigation. Our Heavy Rescue 1 responded, provided additional support to the Beatty Fire Department. So the investigation is ongoing with the fatal team, but that is what it appeared at the time, that was a vehicle that struck the motorhome from behind and caused significant damage to both of the vehicles.
And the people who passed away, there were 2 people fatally injured. And in another accident, 3 people were injured as a result of a 2-vehicle crash here in Pahrump Wednesday afternoon. 2 were transported to Desert View Hospital and 1 self-transported.
So yesterday we were dispatched a report of a 2-vehicle accident. One of the vehicles was a U.S. Postal Service vehicle. While there was significant damage to both vehicles, we medically assessed 3. 2 were transported to the local hospital, and the other driver refused medical treatment at the scene. Yeah, best of my knowledge, the Sheriff's Office continued with their normal investigation for any traffic accident, and then at some point the U.S. Postal Service deals with the transfer of the materials, whether it's mailings or whatever it might be, and they get that distributed. The accident occurred in the area of Leslie and Winsong.
And deputies are dispatched to a school for troubled youth in Amargosa, this time for a staff member who is accused of striking a student. The Nye County Sheriff's Office is reporting that an individual by the name of Tyler Shaw was arrested at Never Give Up Academy located in Amargosa. According to the declaration of arrest, an individual called the Sheriff's Office to report that her son was allegedly being abused by a staff member at this facility. Upon arrival, they met with the juvenile who stated that he was being supervised by Tyler Shaw, who is a staff member and had an altercation. He said that Shaw swung at him with a closed fist, striking him in the left temple area, causing him to bleed from his head. Staff showed deputies on scene the surveillance footage. They say that they witnessed Shaw putting both hands up with closed fists and appear to challenge the child to a fight. Later, they say that he did strike him in the head, according to surveillance footage. After conducting a field interview with Mr. Shaw, they say that his statements corroborated the video evidence, and Shaw was transported to the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center without further incident. This is not the first time that Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies have arrived at Never Give Up Academy. This year in May, they arrested an individual by the name of Chester Miller for indecent exposure. The Nye County Sheriff's Office report also that they were dispatched for an escape attempt by the juveniles at this facility in which a riot ensued. One staff member was injured and had to be transported via Mercy Air to a trauma center in Las Vegas. Those juveniles are facing charges related to that incident. There was also an investigation into abuse at the facility in December of 2019. There were no arrests conducted at that time, except for one staff member for obstruction.
The Henderson Fire Department swears in 16 new firefighters during a graduation ceremony for Henderson Fire Academy 51 at Sunset Station. The graduating class went through 20 weeks of rigorous training that included firefighting tactics, emergency medical services, hazardous material training, and more. Graduates will now move into full-time firefighting positions throughout Henderson's 11 fire stations, including the department's newest fire station in the Cadence Master Planned Community, which opens in early 2023. And we'll be right back with much more local and national news here on News 25.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on. This segment of News 25 is brought to you by Lisa Spahitz and Mike Plasmeyer at Country Financial Insurance. Auto, home, life, and commercial. 775-727-8920.
Welcome back. Well, with more people out and about now that many restrictions have lifted, it's important to make sure that you're up to date on your COVID-19 vaccine booster. As Dr. Christian England with Cleveland Clinic explains, the vaccine's efficacy can wane over time, so the booster is necessary to help protect you.
So really the only way that we can keep ourselves from getting COVID is to be vaccinated. So it's really important for people to get their initial 2 vaccines and then the 3rd booster. That one seems to be the most key in keeping people protected against the Omicron variants.
According to the CDC, everyone ages 5 years and older should get at least 1 booster, and adults 50 and older should get 2. Anyone 12 years and older who is moderately or severely immunocompromised should also get at least 2 boosters. Dr. England knows some people may be tired of getting vaccinated, but she says it really is your best form of protection. She adds that while COVID case numbers have continued to decline overall for the country, there are still outbreaks being reported. She recommends if you are nervous about contracting the virus to consider wearing a mask while out in public too, especially if you're going into a crowded space or somewhere with strangers.
I think right now we all need to do what you're comfortable with and know what your home is like. If you're living with somebody who is immunocompromised or you're compromised yourself, there's nothing wrong with masking right now. I would personally rather be much more careful and cautious while we're still seeing these little pockets of rising infection.
Well, the CDC recently authorized the COVID-19 vaccine for children as young as 6 months old. However, it's unclear when they'll be eligible for a booster.
And setting up nurseries can be difficult for both new and even experienced parents. And in today's Ask Angie segment, we're walking through some easy, impactful projects that can help you design an organized, cohesive, and well-arranged space for your new little one.
Painting the nursery is a great way to start to personalize the space for the baby. You can choose neutral tones, or you can select an entire theme, like we did with Lego. You can DIY the project, or hire a professional to make sure the work gets done quickly and correctly, because you will be spending a lot of time in the space. If you do choose to hire a pro, make sure you pick a reliable painter, someone with great online reviews, references, and examples of their previous work. Lighting is one of the most important aspects of the nursery. Natural light can disrupt your baby's sleep, so you may want to install window treatments such as blackout curtains or shades, which come in a wide range of colors to match whatever aesthetic you've selected for the room. You can also swap out your traditional light bulbs for LED bulbs, which are less harsh on the baby's eyes, and you may want to install dimmers and night lights, which can create a more calming bedtime and morning routine for your baby. A lot of the mess in the nursery is going to come from clothes and toys that your baby outgrew way faster than you ever expected. One way to stay organized, for example, is to create a bin system. You can label the bins seasonal, outgrown, donate, and keepsake. And that can help you control the clutter before it becomes a big mess. You can also hire a professional organizer who can help you set up the space, set up the closet, and create a process for you to make sure the space grows with the baby. A great organizational system now will ensure your space is clutter-free when the baby arrives.
Well, you can join in the ceremony and honor a veteran during the national program called Wreaths Across America.
Well, the Daughters of the American Revolution is a group of ladies, all directly descended from someone who fought in or supported the American Revolution. We have to prove direct lineage every generation. In my case, it was 7 generations to get to that patriot. But we started in 1890. We're just now having our Continental Congress, our 131st Continental Congress this year. We have a threefold purpose, and that is patriotism, education, and historic preservation.
Wreaths Across America is a national organization that during the Christmas time we put wreaths on veterans' graves, and we do this at the Boulder City Veterans Graveyard, and we do this every year, and it's our major fundraiser for the Daughters of the American Revolution. We've got some flyers made up that have a QR reader on it, so you can actually go directly to the Wreaths Across America and order on behalf of our chapter. So we're the ones that will be in Boulder City in December putting those wreaths on the graves of fallen soldiers. When they go online, they can purchase one in memory of, and they can specify the soldier's name, their rank, where they're buried at. If they have their information, that would be really good as far as the row and the section that they're buried at in Boulder City. So there's a ceremony that ahead of the laying of the wreaths, several people from the different branches of the military are there, and it's about an hour-long ceremony before we're sent out to lay the wreaths. This year it's going to be December 17th, so you can get a hold of us, and the main phone number for that at the moment is area code 702-994-0901, and that's actually my cell phone number, and I can then dispatch more information to them.
All right, stick around. Much more news when we return.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. Also brought to you by Silver State Health. Visit silverstatehealth.org or call 702-471-0420 for an appointment. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back. Well, in today's Medical Minute, nurse practitioner Marquita Arajo is giving us helpful information about how to manage our weight.
This Medical Minute is brought to you by Spring Mountain Medical, healthcare the way you've always imagined it.
Hi, I'm Marquita Arajo with Spring Mountain Medical, your hometown health and wellness provider. Today I'm going to talk about weight management. Weight control is a serious business. Maintaining a proper weight is critical to every aspect of your health. Uncontrolled body mass and weight can lead to stroke, heart attack, diabetes, cancer, and a range of other dangerous health conditions. Not to mention, it can put you at risk for other serious illnesses like COVID-19. So take control by doing the following. Monitor the types of food and the quantities you consume. Establish an exercise regimen that is tolerable and approved by your healthcare provider, and get 8 hours of sleep per night. That is also recommended for adults. Most of the time, controlling our weight is best achieved with someone like me who can help. Schedule an appointment to see me today so we can get you back on track to maintain a healthy weight and a vibrant life. I'm Marquita Arajo, and this has been the Medical Minute brought to you by Spring Mountain Medical.
Thanks so much, Doctor. Well, most of us need to know this information but don't know exactly how to do it. How do I back up my phone's data? Here's Josh Osborne to give us some tips.
Hi guys, Josh Osborne with Great Computer Deals. It's time for another quick tutorial, viewer question edition. One viewer asks, how do I back up my phone's data? Great question, but I won't be able to give you step-by-step instructions on this one. I will say this though. Most smartphones are either iPhone or Android, right? So if you have an iPhone, you're gonna wanna go into your settings and search iCloud Backup. This will allow you to choose what gets saved and when. Pictures, songs, videos, etc. Now if you have an Android phone, there are a couple options, but the easiest is to download and use an app called Google One. This app lets you choose what gets backed up and when using an online storage location called Google Drive, which comes free with every Google account. Keep in mind that some of these options will cost a yearly fee once you require a certain amount of storage space. Why trust a technician when you can trust a friend? Great Computer Deals is located at 1190 East Highway 372. Call us at 775-990-8833.
Thanks so much, Josh. Now here's the one and only Katie Fretter with your News 25 Sports Report.
This is Katie Fretter with your KPVM News 25 Sports Report. I will be updating you on your favorite preseason and in-season sports teams here in Las Vegas. All this and more in today's Sports Report. The NHL Draft begins on July 7th. The Golden Knights' first pick of the draft will be the 48th overall pick in the second round. The Golden Knights will have a second-round pick, a third-round pick, 2 fifth-round picks, a sixth-round pick, and a seventh-round pick. Vegas used its first-round pick as a part of the Jack Eichel trade. The Vegas Golden Knights development camp was announced on Tuesday. This camp has been canceled for the past 2 seasons due to the pandemic. These practices and scrimmages will start on Monday, July 11th at City National Arena, and they are free and open to the public. This will be the first time since 2019 that Vegas prospects and rookies will gather for camp. The Vegas Golden Knights schedule for the regular season was announced on Wednesday, July 6th. Visit the Golden Knights website for the full schedule and more information. The Vegas Golden Knights announced that full season ticket memberships for the 2022-23 season will go on sale Monday, July 11th. Keep checking their social media pages and website for more information. The Vegas Silver Knights have signed forward Lyndon McCallum to an AHL contract for the 2022-23 season. McCallum, who is 22, appeared in 20 games with the Silver Knights as a rookie in 2021-22. He scored his first professional goal in his AHL debut on October 15, 2021 against the Colorado Eagles. Prior to the Silver Knights, McCallum also skated in 36 ECHL games with the Fort Wayne Comets. The Las Vegas Aviators lost 4 out of the 6 games against the Texas Round Rock Express. This was a 6-game home-and-home series with Round Rock. The first 3 games were played in Texas, and the last 3 were played in Las Vegas. The Las Vegas Aviators had the 3rd largest crowd in Las Vegas ballpark history with almost 11,400 fans on the last day of the series, Sunday, July 3rd. The Las Vegas Aviators have 6 away games this week at the Oklahoma City Dodgers. This series started on Monday, July 4th and goes until Sunday, July 9th. On Monday and Tuesday, the Las Vegas Aviators were victorious over the Oklahoma City Dodgers, and on Wednesday, the Dodgers beat the Aviators. The Las Vegas Aviators will host the Salt Lake Bees in a 6-game homestand next week. These 6 games will start on Tuesday, July 12th and go through Saturday, July 17th at the Las Vegas ballpark. On Friday, July 1st, the Las Vegas Aces beat the Minnesota Lynx with a score of 91-85. And on Sunday, July 3rd, the Aces lost to the Minnesota Lynx with a score of 102-71. The Las Vegas Lights lost to Detroit City on Saturday, July 2nd with a score of 1-0. The Las Vegas Lights don't play again until Sunday, July 17th against the RGV Toros. For your KPVM News 25 Sports Report, I'm Katie Fretter.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
I think we're in for a weekend this weekend. We're going to have that neighborhood cleanup. I wonder what the weather's going to be like.
Oh, it's going to be hot, but beautiful. A closer look at the forecast for this weekend and beyond when we return.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios. Great to see you on a Thursday, and what a beautiful weather day we have today and some stuff to look forward to. I'm not really looking forward to, but let's take a look at this. Fernley Fallon, 93, 94 degrees. Pretty good. Carson City feeling great at 86. That's the cool spot in the state today. It's cool to be in Carson City, don't you know? 89 out in Tonopah. Goldfield saw 89, 97 degrees, and beautiful Beatty, Amargosa, and Las Vegas. Tied at 101, Las Vegas, you win the over-under with a 76 low temperature tonight. That's where you're heading. Out in Death Valley, it's 12 degrees, and here in the paradise of Pahrump, let's take a look. 98 degrees, a boy band temperature. Perfect, 99 just a little bit earlier. South-southwesterly winds all day long at 14 miles per hour. Felt pretty good, taking the little edge off the heat there. The sun rose this morning at 5:33, setting this evening majestically at 8:04 p.m., picking up another minute of night. Fans of night, rejoice. We're heading down to low tonight at 74 degrees. And those winds will calm down to about 9 miles per hour out of the southeast. Humidity still blowing dry as we head on into the week. I think it's going to be a lot of the same. Yeah, in fact, even a little worse. Triple digits throughout the whole entire week. Oh my gosh. Looks like it crests on Monday with a 108-degree high. Tuesday backs off a little, 107, but boy, that all feels pretty sweaty. Wind's going to be not a factor, under 15 miles per hour. We're going to see some clouds here and there later in the week, but chance of rain, they're saying like 3%. So what does that mean to you? Let's see, if there's a group of 10 of you, one of you will get wet from about here down. So there you go. That's your weather report. Back to the desk. Here's Deanna.
Thanks so much, John. And we have an update now for you on the fatal accident we brought you at the beginning of the show.
And News 25 has learned that the individuals that were involved in that crash that were pronounced deceased on scene were actually a child and an adult. And we want to let everybody know that we are doing the neighborhood cleanup this Saturday, Bobbery Community Center, 8:30 in the morning. We'll see you down there. The Source Marijuana Dispensary is going to be down there helping us clean up everything. And for more information, go to KPVM's Facebook page. All right, that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Unette Gentry, and from all of us here at KPVM and Ace Country Radio, thanks for tuning in this newscast, and we'll see you again tomorrow.
Good night.
Good night.